Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. And in today's video, I want to share with you how simple it is to literally source your first item from eBay to Amazon. So if you're new to my channel, my name's Steve. I've been selling on Amazon for over a decade now. I started by going to thrift stores, library sales, garage sales, did that for about 5 to 6 years. And then I found eBay to Amazon flipping, which is essentially just buying products on eBay, having them shipped to your house or a prep center, and then selling them on Amazon. Okay, so over the last year, I've sold over 9,000, almost 10,000 products for a little over $1.1 million. And I've done just tad over $200,000 profit. Now, keep in mind, my profit could be a lot higher, but I do employ 9 people on my team. I have a prep center and I work very little in my business. I don't touch the products. I don't list the products. I don't ship the products. I've got pretty much a whole entire team that does this. Now, if you're new, obviously I don't recommend hiring a whole entire team. You've got to learn how to do it first. And that's what I want to show you in the video. Okay, so let's go into my computer and I just want to share with you how easy it is to literally start sourcing right away. Okay, so right now you can see on the screen a Replen catcher. This is the tool that you're going to need if you want to be able to source from eBay to Amazon without spending, tens of hundreds of hours trying to find deals. Essentially what Replen Catcher will do is it'll find undervalued products on eBay, all different types of products. You could see some of the items here, a DVD that was found for 26, sold for 70, a Lego set bought for 119, sold for 217. Here's a Viewpoint item bought for 14, sold for 40, a DVD. I've sold this multiple times, 44 to 125. So essentially what it does is it crawls eBay 24/7. And there's 2 parts of Replen Catcher. There's the live stream that everybody gets regardless of what plan you get. You can get the cheapest plan, which they do have a 14-day free trial. And I think the cheapest plan is 30 or 40 bucks. If you use the coupon code Replen10 down below, you can save 10% off. And that's for life. So definitely add that in there. But you could source pretty much anything you want, right? So there's the live stream, there's over 5 million products. And then there's the Replen feed where you can upload your own custom list of products that might not be in the live stream because there's hundreds of millions of products. And you could track anything on eBay 24/7 when it becomes available at a certain price or a certain ROI or a certain profit. It literally notifies you when you buy it. So that's how we're buying pretty much 99% of our deals. Some of the deals we do like manually look up and whatnot, but 99% of the deals are, within Replen Catcher. So yeah, definitely check it out right there. So what you can do is you can click start free trial and you could sign up for an account. I would just start with the cheapest plan. You don't need to get the upgraded plans with 500, 1,000, 5,000 replens because right now you just want to prove that this actually works. I'm going to share with you how easy it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign into my account right now. All right, perfect. So here we are, we're inside of my account. And again, there's the live stream area, which is right here. And then there's the Replen feed area where you can literally upload an entire list. I have 3,842 items that I'm tracking. And if I went into my Replen feed, I can see all of the items that I'm tracking and I get to see how many results are available. So there's 581 items that I'm tracking. Everything that has a gold background is an item that I've actually sold before. So if you take a look right here, I've sold this for 125, 125, 125, 3 times in the last about month and a half. And I could already buy this right now for $55. So there's a whole entire Replen's list of items that I'm tracking right there. But this is my own custom list. But the easiest way to honestly get started is to hit this little red button. And when you get into the live stream, this is where you're going to be able to choose a category or multiple categories. You could choose the condition, the profit, the ROI, the rank, monthly sales, prices on Amazon, eBay. You can include certain brands, exclude certain brands, and you can search. Okay, so let me show you exactly how to do this. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you want to start sourcing maybe, let's say toys and games. We'll say you want to source some, DVDs. Maybe you're interested in some business and industrial, some video games. And let's just say that you're flipping new. That's what I mostly flip. I know some of you guys maybe are only selling used DVDs, used books. Those are great, but I'll tell you, new items, in my opinion, sell a lot faster. They're higher ticket. There's less issues. But again, to each their own. If you're selling used, you can certainly do used, but I'm just going to show you new right here. Quantity available, I'm just going to skip this because if I wanted to, I could only focus on items where the eBay seller had like 2 or 3 minimum, but I just leave that open. ROI, I'm gonna say, you wanna know what, 30%. Now, usually when I'm flipping like 40, 50, 60%, 70% ROI. That's one of the benefits of eBay to Amazon flipping, is the ROI is much higher than traditional OA. There's much less competition. You don't have to spend as much money, crap margins like wholesale. I mean, it's almost like a thrift store, right? Obviously you have to spend a little bit more, but I like to keep my ROI a little bit lower because on eBay, you can make best offers, okay? Let's say minimum profit, let's say $8. Again, my minimum profit is usually $30, but I've been doing this for 5 years. So you gotta kind of start with, just items that maybe make 8 to 10 to 12 bucks. And as you kind of build your business, you can increase that over time. Let's say sales rank. Let's just say, you want to know what, 500,000, because I'm doing multiple categories. So I'm just going to put 500,000. Let's just say it's selling at least 3 times per month. eBay price, I'm going to skip that. That doesn't matter. But let's just say I want the items on Amazon to be selling for over $50 or more. And let's just say that the eBay seller listings that are shown, I only want listings where the eBay seller has a feedback count of, let's just say they have at least 10 feedback and a 95% positive feedback, just to make sure we're focusing on good eBay sellers. Now, if I wanted to target specific brands, I could. If I wanted to exclude certain brands, I certainly could. If I wanted to only see Amazon listings with a certain amount of new sellers or used sellers on the listing, certain keywords, storefronts, I can filter ASINs, only best offers. I can do all of that, but honestly, I'm just going to leave that blank, okay? So this is how easy it is to literally create a filter. And if I wanted to save this filter for the future, let's just call this test filter. I can save this filter and I can even make it a default filter so I don't always have to create that filter in the future, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit search. Now this is where the magic happens, okay? So essentially what Replen Catcher is doing is it's searching all of these filters, all of these products. Replen Catcher is tracking over 5 million products amongst all the categories. And you can see like video games, we're tracking 180,000, business and industrial, 177,000, movies, 3/4 of a million, 313,000 toys. So based on all of these items we're tracking on Amazon with these certain filters, Replen Catcher is comparing to eBay and it's looking to see what items meet this filter. Minimum 30% ROI, minimum $8 profit, at least 3 sales a month, over $50 on Amazon. And sometimes it finds good offers, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, the cool thing about eBay to Amazon is there's always, there's hundreds of thousands of new listings every single day. But yeah, let's scroll down and see if it found any results. And there you go, it found 6,833 results. Now, keep in mind, with every single software, including Replen Catcher, and I would say one of the most annoying things of doing eBay to Amazon flipping and using any of the softwares, right? Especially Replen Catcher, is there are going to be mismatches. Like for example, right here, this is not a board game. This is, the eBay seller put the UPC of just a couple cards here and it's obviously a mismatch. So I would just skip that, right? This next one though, look at this, buy for 148, possibly sell for 271. I can literally see the Keepa chart right here is up at $300. Now I would have to go in and research that. And if I wanted to, like if you're using SellerAmp, you can click this button right here and you can take a look and see all the offers and run the numbers, so on and so forth. Like FBA's, the lowest is 274.95. So, I could run those numbers, but take a look at all the different opportunities right here. Buy for 37, possibly sell for 74. You can see the buy box right now is lingering around $75. Now, of course, with all the softwares, with all the tools, especially Replen Catcher, it's a very complex software. You never want to trust it 100%, right? You're using Replen Catcher to essentially, instead of having to go into the ocean and go fishing where there's millions of fish and sharks in the water and you don't know what to buy and it's like so overwhelming, Replen Catcher is taking all the fish and filtering it down and finding the fish or the opportunities that, could be potential deals, potential fish that maybe you want to catch and, bring to the weigh-in. My dad's a fisherman, so he's always fishing. So I'm thinking about him and his tournaments and whatnot, but it's helping you to bring the potential opportunities into like a small pond where you could then analyze them. Now, one of the great things about Replen Catcher is if you take a look down here at the bottom, you see how it says Replen Catcher check, 24 gated items found. So every time you're searching, it shows 100 results at a time, and everything in white you can sell. You can even verify that by clicking this button right here, and you can see all the different conditions you're able to sell. I can't sell refurbished, but I can sell new, used, and collectible. But anything that has this pink background right here, that's gonna mean that I'm gated and restricted. So one of the best ways to start sourcing and starting to get a feel for like what brands can I sell, what items can I potentially buy and analyze with Replen Catcher is you can see what items you could sell and which ones you can't. Now, anything with this pinkish red background means you're gated and restricted. Again, I can click this and verify, and you can see for this brand VGNY, I can't sell any of it. If I wanted to, I can click apply to sell and see if I'm able to get auto ungated, okay? But again, everything here in the white, I can sell, I'm ungated in. So this is the easiest way to start sourcing. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars, and I recommend it to anybody thinking about getting started with eBay to Amazon. Make sure when you sign up for your account, download the free Chrome extension, okay? So if you take a look right here, this is the Replen Catcher Chrome extension. It's up at the top. There's a bunch of benefits to help you build your replens list, but also it runs against Replen Catcher, and it will literally tell you what you can sell and what you can't sell. So again, everything in white I can sell, everything with this red background I can't sell. And what's cool is if I wanted to, I can click remove, and what it'll do is remove all of the gated products from the results, okay? Now, anything with a gold background, like I mentioned before, is an item that I have sold before. Now, if I hit history right here, I can see I sold this 3 times for $103, $103, and $110. So in order for Replen Catcher to know what you can sell, you need to make sure that you go into Replen Catcher right here where it says Amazon integration and integrate your account. It could take about 24 hours. It'll pull in a bunch of your sales, a bunch of your orders, and it'll help you to identify the items you've sold, help you to build your replens list, so on and so forth. So you can see right here, this item's available for $69.99, and there is a best offer option. So if I wanted to, I can literally click into this if it's still available, and I could take a look at the pictures, I could look at this. And again, if I go back to Replen Catcher, I can see right here by clicking the Keep a Chart that this is selling for about $100 all day long. I've sold it for $100. It's telling me I could sell it for $119. I can click into Seller Amp and I could verify and take a look where the listings are. So the lowest price is at $119.91. Okay, so you could run those numbers. You could hit this little calculator here. You could add some overhead fees and whatnot. So I've got about a $7 overhead. So you could add that in if you want to get more accurate analytics in terms of how much your actual profit ROI is going to be. But this is just a fantastic way to go in and see the various opportunities right here. This is actually a DVD that my mom just sold the other day for $110. I sold this recently as well for $99, $100. I could see it for sale for $45 right here, okay? So this is just a simple way to get started, okay? So get yourself a free trial. And if you wanted to, there's also some advanced filters in here as well. So one of my favorite ones is called Rake and Profit God Mode. And if I click that, essentially what I did is I went through all of the categories and I chose the best rules and prices and filters for every single one, and I stacked it all into one. And you can come in here and you can see a bunch of other opportunities for different categories as well, okay? So I'm telling you guys right now, the easiest way to start sourcing is literally get yourself a free trial to Replen Catcher. You don't even have to pay a dime. You can use it for free for 14 days. Come in here, you could set up a single filter, or you can go into the preset filters like I shared with you, and you could, just choose an advanced filter and just start looking at the deals. And the cool thing about Replen Catcher, again, is you can see what items you could sell, which ones you can't sell. You could remove the gated products, and all the data is here. What you could pay on eBay, what you could potentially sell for on Amazon. I don't trust this 100%. What I trust most is the Keep a Chart, and of course, clicking into Seller Amp and looking at the current offer count. I can see the title, the quantity, the feedback, percentage, how many they've sold. I can block this seller. I can see when it was listed. I can see a bunch of dynamic Keep a Charts, how many times it's selling per month, my estimated ROI and profit. If I wanted to get more accurate profit, I can add in like miscellaneous fees, so on and so forth. I could block the ASIN, block the UPC if I wanted to. I could even hit AI Buy It Now search on eBay or AI auction search, and I could look for items that Replen Catcher might have missed, because the way Replen Catcher works is it's taking the identifier on eBay, like the UPC or the EIN number or the title, and it's trying to match it to Amazon. But sometimes eBay sellers don't include an identifier, so Replen Catcher will miss them. So we've actually built a feature in here where we'll search by the, by an AI generated optimized title, because the way eBay works is if you just search by the title, it'll miss a lot. You have to create like a really good title with like the model fill in various specifics. If you put too many keywords or too little keywords, you'll have a lot of mismatches, or you'll have just a bunch of junk. So we have like an AI algorithm that builds out a specific keyword that you can search by now or auction. And again, if you wanted to, you can click view offers right here, and you can see all the other offers for that specific ASIN to see if there's any better opportunities right here, which if you wanted to, you could come in, you could filter results based on lowest price, highest price. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of people don't realize how many opportunities are on Replen Catcher. If you actually come into Replen Catcher here under Amazon orders, you can actually, after you integrate your account, Replen Catcher will pull in all of your orders and you can add them to your Replens list, which you can see everything with this green background I've added to my Replens list. If I wanted to delete it from my Replens list, I could, or I can add it right back to my Replens list. But you can see all these different types of items I'm selling. I literally just sold this M&M's under the hood candy dispenser for, how much did I sell it for? $66.98, which is pretty cool. I paid $24.52. Let's see, I sold this item for $84.99. I've sold it 41 times. I paid $40. I sold a Monopoly game 6 hours ago. And keep in mind, it's only 10:24 and it's a Saturday, so my sales are a little slow right now. Sold this for $79, paid $39.60. Here's a item that I just sold right here, a Pan Digital Photo Link scanner. Let's see, what did I pay for that? I paid $36.98, sold it for $80.98. Here's a G.I. Joe action figure. I paid, and I put it in my custom SKU, $56.88. LO stands for Little All Prep. This is what I paid. This is when I purchased it. This is my VA who purchased it, and then this is the eBay order ID, so I can reverse search it if I wanted to, like reconcile my numbers and whatnot. But paid $56, sold it for $117. Here's a Beatles Monopoly game, paid $29.99, sold it for $78. That was 13 hours ago. So just a bunch of different items. I sell a lot of Lexmark. I don't know if you guys can sell that, but I've sold this one 29 times. Someone purchased 2 of them. I paid $150, and then I sold 2 of them for $622. So I sold them for what, about $310 each. So again, I don't share this to brag and boast, but just to share with you, I'm doing this, I'm living this. I've done over $1.1 million, just shy of 10,000 flips. My ASP in the last, well, at least for August, is over $180. So I flip a lot of high ticket items, and there's a lot of opportunities. I only sell new, I only sell high ticket, but there's so many items that you can buy for 10, flip for 40, pay 20, flip for 60 to 80. And I don't even dabble with used because I use a prep center. So there's so many opportunities with used items as well, especially used books and used media that I don't even mess with. There's so many opportunities. And the cool thing is people are crushing it with Replen Catcher. You know, there's just so many opportunities. It's literally insane. And I'm not even scratching the surface. I'm not even tickling the top of the iceberg. It's just, there's just so much. There's so much out there. So yeah, hopefully this helps, guys. Again, if you want to check out Replen Catcher, I'll put a link down below, replencatcher.com. Use the code Replen10. Try it out, right? Save 10%. Try it out. If you don't love it, cancel on day 13, 23 hours and 59 minutes left. But there's just so many deals out there. Now, of course, you do have to put in the work and put in the effort, but the opportunities are literally endless right now. And if you're maybe doing wholesale or traditional online arbitrage and you're sick and tired of the crap margins, which I keep hearing more and more, maybe you're sick and tired of the used buy box just not working the way that you want, or you're sick and tired of doing seasonal items that are taking forever to sell. E2A items, especially if you start dabbling with business and industrial, toys and games, scientific. But I mean, honestly, even books and DVDs sell really quick if you buy the right ones. With eBay to Amazon, things, they just sell fast if you target the right items. So if you're not already, join our free Replen Catcher support group or my eBay to Amazon Masterclass Facebook group. Both are free, there to support you guys. But give it a shot. I'm telling you guys, there are a lot of opportunities. Anybody could do this. You don't have to be spending $50,000 to $100,000 a month like I am. You can literally start slow and build it up like I've done over the last 6 years. So hopefully this helps, and go out there, create a filter, start sourcing some deals, download the Chrome extension, which is free, so you can filter out the gated products, integrate your Amazon account, and just get after it, guys. So with that being said, appreciate you guys. Happy sourcing, and tag me at Steve Rakin in the Facebook groups if you have any questions. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Bye.